offline for a little bit. Well, I'm here. Oh well, whatever. It is what it is. 314 just wrapped up. What a card! What a card! It was good, and not as many finishes as I was thinking. Good to see you, by the way, Tress, hopping in early. Appreciate you. We are awaiting the man of the hour, Mr. Dana White. We're gonna listen to the Yap session from everybody's favorite yapper on the internet. Damn, dude, I'm beat. I'm beat. Streamed for a long ass time today. Got up really early for JCK as well. But we're here. We're doing this. The card was stacked for sure. Yeah, man, dude. And I'm just, dude, Volkanovski making history. Making history. First man to win a belt under 170 pounds over the age of 35. First man to ever win back a UFC title after 2 straight stoppage losses. First man to win a title in the UFC after 2 losses. Ain't that some shit? Isha, what's up, man? He says, get your nap in after this. You better believe I'm going to do that, my friend. Why is this thing always doing shit? Anyway. So we got to get this fucking thing up. Get this up. Man. Okay. I don't know how long it's going to take Dana White to get to the conference table there. But I'm sure he's, shaking hands with Trump, Tulsi Gabbard. Thanks for the advice on getting a derma roller. Hey, dude, no problem. That's just something I heard about. Hope it's working out for you, man. Funny enough, Pitbull, the only fight I cared about on this card, stunk it up with Yair. Both way too hesitant. Yeah, interesting. Interesting to see Yair drop Pitbull with the hands. I would have thought it would have been the kicks. Better luck next time. Bryce says no chill. No chill, by the way. Congratulations, man, on your win against Virna Jandiroba, man. That was a good performance. Looks like you're ready for the strap. Title fight, I mean. Didn't mean anything weird by that. But yes, it was Volkanovski in the main. Good to see you, by the way, Anakin. It was Volkanovski in the main event, getting it done. He sweeps the first round. Second, look, it's late. I can't remember. He gets dropped though. He gets dropped. Was it the second round? Yeah, it was the second round. He look. Let's check out these stats here, guys. Look at this. Doubling up Volkanovski on total strikes landed. Significant strikes. Head strikes. Even to the body. Few more strikes to the legs. Racking up 1 minute and 18 seconds of control time. 1 for 11 on takedowns. First takedown was, Lane in the chat. Good to see Lane. I think it was the second attempt he missed. Or sorry, first attempt he misses. Second attempt he gets. Beats Diego Lopez up on the ground, actually. That was surprising to see. But then, the takedowns weren't really there. But yes, as Isha points out, it was the jab on point for Volkanovski all 25 minutes. He was on fire with that jab. And it was interesting to see. One thing I didn't like from Lopez is that, the last, was it like minute, 30 seconds of the fight, he's screaming at Volk, come on, come on, come on. And it's like, dude, you had 25 minutes with this guy to pressure him like you are right now in this round. Never did it. Did the Craigslist grandpa enjoy the card? I don't have a Craigslist grandpa, but yeah, thanks for asking. Paddy looked awesome. He did, and we're going to talk about Paddy Pimblett. Lopez's eye was swollen at the end of the fight. Yeah, big time. You see that? Huge swell on his eye. This card lived up to my expectations. Volk didn't need to grapple at 36. He's still doing it. Let's go. Yeah, like I said, dude, he made history. Beating the old man stat Um, the question really is what's next for him, right? Do you do the Yair rematch? I mean, if it was me, I'm throwing Patricio Pitbull in there anyway, even though he just got beat the hell up by Yair Rodriguez, right? Do you give him Movzar? I mean, hey, that's an easy fight theoretically, as far as in the way of how much damage Volk can receive. Volk did look like Chelsea Chandler at times, but he needed to regroup. So I don't track star dog him. Yeah. He was on the run a few times. Okay, hold on. We have Dana White. Let's listen to the world's number one yapper, Dana White. Let's listen to his soliloquy.
Holds number 1, 2, and 3 highest gate record of all time at the Kaseya Center. Fight of the night was the main event. Volk and Lopez, the Silva. Congratulate them.
No Dominic Reyes bonus?
I mean, first of all, we'll start with the main event. Incredible performance by both guys.
Yeah.
Volkanovski, you know, everyone's talking about his age, his chin. For him to come out and
Tonight, I don't ever remember Volk not having a good chin, and he's really not that old.
were you surprised at how many shots?
Fascinating thing, Niner, one of the production guys, was telling me during the fight.
Facts.
That Lopez was 5 inches taller, but only had a 1-inch reach advantage or something like that. Because I was surprised that Diego wasn't throwing more jabs and trying to stay on the outside and use his reach advantage a lot more. But, you know, it was a good fight. Both guys, you know, dug deep, battled.
Yeah. Obviously, look, whoever wins, wins. But for Volkanovski to win and become champion again, we remember how active he was when he first held the belt. For you personally, is it just cool that you know you have a guy who you can rely on anytime you need a champion to step up and fight?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have that many problems with guys. But there's no doubt about it that Volkanovski was one of the best ever. I mean, the guys like him and Pereira, and you know, they're always ready to fight and always willing to step in and do whatever it takes.
Paddy Pimblett, what a performance! You know, pretty much every question you could ask about that guy now answered. You know, he beat one of the best in the division in Michael Chandler. Give us your thoughts on his performance. What do we do with Chandler now and everything about that fight?
Yeah, people keep counting him out, but he keeps looking better and better and better every time he shows up. Yeah. Paddy Pimblett showed tonight that he is the real deal. Beating Michael Chandler and beating him the way that he did, I don't know how you can doubt the kid anymore.
It would seem likely that next fight out, he's going to get a big name opponent, right? And probably that would be the one that put him into title contention.
Well, tonight was a pretty big name opponent too. But yeah, he's in that spot now where he's going to be fighting top guys. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you one more question outside of tonight. It seems like the GFL is maybe dead on arrival.
Here we go.
To put on their first events. I don't know about your thoughts about them, but do you ever look at the business of MMA, and is it a bit of a concern to you that sometimes these promotions are not able to give fighters a place to go after they're done in the UFC, or give them a place to go without these other promotions doing well?
Yeah, I don't know enough about the GFL to really speak on it. But this is, yeah, it's a lot harder than it looks. It's a lot harder than it looks. I don't know what else to say about that. I don't know enough about it.
Yeah. Dodging.
Do you, when these new promotions pop up, we saw it with Triller, we now see it with the GFL, it seems to happen fairly regularly. Do you just not even pay any attention to it at this point?
None. That's why I don't know a lot about it. Literally none. I don't look at, obviously anywhere where these guys can go thing, but I don't even pay attention to any of that stuff anymore.
Daniel, right here. I guess there's a video of Paddy and Colby Covington getting into it.
Yeah, I just heard that on the way in here. It happens all the time.
I think maybe Pitbull just kind of froze under the UFC lights, especially in that first round. I don't really think he threw anything. So what did you make of that fight as a whole?
Yeah, I thought it was a good fight. And there's no doubt about it. I mean, you guys have heard me talk about it for years. Come here, and it's going to be the same. It's not. I'm not sure if that happened to him tonight. You'd have to ask him, but I thought it was a good fight.
Star-making performance from John Silva. He even said that he thought he was carrying
Colby and
the
Paddy.
promotion for this
No,
entire
not in the
card
Ambro or
throughout
Boo.
the week. Had some of the biggest reactions. I'm curious what you made of his performance against Bryce Mitchell.
What I'll say about Bryce Mitchell, you know what happened, and he's a grown man. He stood his ground, came out and faced the media several times, came in here and fought, and I'm sure a lot of moments he's had leading up to this fight, including tonight in the cage, he felt like his back was against the wall, and he stood up like a man and he fought and did his thing.
John Silva was back here, and he asked me to ask you this. His goal is to get married to his partner in a church, and he offered to make you the best man at his wedding if you would pay for the wedding singer.
Well, wait a minute. So he wants to marry his partner
in a church, and he offered to make you
I'm the best man if I pay for it.
Pay for the wedding singer. Apparently, there's some Brazilian singer he wants that is out of his price range. He asked me to pass the message along.
I'm going to need more information on this, but I'm probably in.
There was a couple strange stoppages on the prelims for two different reasons. Obviously, the Dan Ige, Sean Woodson, and then the Darren Elkins, Julian Rosa fight. I'm curious if you saw those two.
I didn't see that one. I saw the end when they were, when Elkins was getting up and they were. My room was madness tonight, but I agreed. Ige fight too soon.
Amanda Nunes made big waves saying that she wanted to come back. She did a scrum backstage, apparently saying she does want the winner of Kayla Harrison and Juliana Pena. I'm curious, did she tell you this ahead of time before?
No, at the press conference when I pointed to her, she said yes.
Obviously, Aaron Pico, big signing. You've been talking about him for a long time. What are your plans with him? Because he thought he was going to fight Movzar. I guess he's not fighting Movzar, and he wants a big name, obviously, but I guess what are your plans with Aaron Pico?
Yeah, we're working on him. I mean, the last couple of years, we brought in some new guys, Pitbull tonight, and I know that the guys have been really excited about him. They've been really excited to get him in here, and we'll probably figure that out on Tuesday.
Stay hydrated, guys.
Dana here.
Water check.
Yeah.
I believe the ESPN negotiation window
Ooh,
ends
here we
Tuesday,
go.
right?
Right.
So just curious, as we go into that and you're like surveying the options and anything, like what kind of mindset are you taking into that and like how to level up the product, right? Because that's always been the case with every new TV deal. Is it more events, less events, different types of things? Is there any insights you can share?
That's a good question. When the window opens, we'll obviously start, talking to lots of different people, and we'll see what the options are out there. We've said every time it could be time we end up several different networks like sports, like all other sports do. I like ESPN, and I've said it many times. We had a bit of a start, which is normal in any relationship, but we're in a great place with ESPN. Whether we re-sign with them or do not, I have nothing but good things about my time at ESPN.
Good to see Grant Gregory.
When you think ahead, do you want to stick to the same schedule format, 43 events a year?
I don't know. It depends on what ESPN or wherever else we go is looking for. Most of the times when you do these deals, you're catering to what the network needs. Plus, they'll have other programming, other sports that they need to, that they're already committed to with certain times and seasons and whatever it may be. So it always changes.
Yeah, there's been there from kind of like media reporting outlets saying the price tag you guys are looking for is $1 billion a year. Is that something you can confirm that would be?
Sounds good to me.
And the past 2 years, this week, the International Fight Week headliner has been announced. We don't have that yet. Are you guys pretty close to having that? I think a lot of people are excited to maybe see Hamzat Chimaev in a title fight as well.
Tress coming in with a bomb on Grant Gregory. Jeez.
Tuesday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dana right here.
Yep.
Michael Chandler is now 1-5 in his last 6, but he's always been exciting and a fan favorite. What do you make of his performance tonight? And
1-5
where
in
He's
his
always
last-
in the fight.
Oh,
I mean, he's always in the fight. You know, tonight was a big night for Paddy Pimblett. People, like we were just talking about, people have been doubting Paddy Pimblett every single fight he fights, and he's undefeated in the UFC. But Chandler, and you know you're in for a good fight. You know it's going to be a war. And you don't know whether he's going to win or lose.
Chandler looked like dog shit
Can you
tonight.
speak to the depth of the featherweight division? John Silva, we talked about his performance. He's not even ranked right now. We have Volk, we have Lopez, we have Yair. Like, this is a very stacked division. Can you
Well,
remember
Silva he'll be ranked after tonight.
Definitely. Is this deeper than it's possibly ever been?
Yeah, I just feel like it all keeps getting better and better. Yeah.
Earlier this week, there was a news story that broke about the Ali Act potentially being amended by UFC TKO with a memo being sent in. Speculation ran wild as to what that can be. Can you talk to that a little bit?
I'd rather not. Thanks for asking, though.
Last question.
Yeah.
Do we have a date or a time period when TKO boxing will launch?
Yeah. I haven't even come up with a name yet. It's not going to be TKO boxing. That's just like a placeholder. I got to do that this week, too. I got a lot of work to do before I really start talking about that.
Dana, to your right. Just to follow up on the broadcasting rights, there's been a lot of speculation. Do you foresee pay-per-view sticking around, or are you open to the idea of, you know, maybe one of the platforms stepping up and saying, we'll broadcast them all and do in a way of pay-per-view?
Yeah, it's like what I said to him. It's usually we do what the network, what works for the network. What do they want to do? Do they want to just put it on their air? Do they want to do pay-per-view? I don't know. Do they want to put it behind a paywall? I don't know any of those things. Tuesday, the window opens and we start talking to other networks, and we'll get more into that.
And then Verna Jandaroba tonight, 5 wins in a row now, the last 2 against former title challengers.
Yeah, no chill. 5
And of
wins
course,
in a
we don't
row,
know what's
man.
happening with Weili? Is there any update on that? Is the thinking that maybe Shevchenko is going to have to wait? She was concerned about the division being held up.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I don't know right now though. I'm not even thinking about that. But yes,
Not even
huge
thinking
win
about
for
that. Classic
tonight.
Dana White.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Dana over here. The featherweight division's on fire right now. Obviously, it has started by Jose Aldo. Conor McGregor's been here. Max Holloway. Now Volk just got his belt back. Who would you say is the featherweight GOAT?
Shit, that's so tough. I don't know.
Fuck. Volk's got a case.
So good. You should probably have them do it. Figure out.
Aldo or Volk?
Wait, go this. You done with me? Yeah.
I'll add one more if you're cool with it.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, so The Ultimate Fighter Season 33 is coming out next month. What's the filming process been like, and has there been any drama? Are there any fighters that really excite you?
I don't know about any drama, but the fights are awesome.
So maybe let him have his first defense in Sydney, Australia.
I mean, you never. Everything's about timing and where we're planning on going this year already and all that stuff. But yes, we would love to do that for him.
That would be great. Good on you.
Thank you, sir.
Dana right here.
Yep.
You just mentioned the rankings and John Silva. Any update on when the new meta rankings will be out?
We're working on it. No.
Meta
Thank
rankings.
you.
Yep. We just announced the deal. We don't have the rankings ready yet.
Dana,
Yeah.
Ilia Topuria recently said that he was promised a title shot.
Who did?
Ilia Topuria
Okay.
at 155. Is that the case, or what's next for him at 155?
We're working on it. we got a lot of shit to do.
Bastard.
Yes. I mean, obviously, you know, he's one of the biggest stars in the company. If we had something in planned, we would have announced that already.
And is there any update on potentially taking the UFC to Spain? Obviously, you mentioned he's the.
No.
We're still working on that too.
Also, the UFC announced the booking of Manuel Cap versus Brandon Royval. And a lot of people are thinking that maybe that opens the door for Brandon Moreno to fight Pantoja at UFC Guadalajara.
Fuck.
Is
That'd
that
be-
And
sort
you
of-
guys
That'd be
love to look deep into the future before. I have no brother. We just finished this show tonight. I'm not even thinking about any of that stuff right now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dana, over here.
Yeah.
Right over here.
Yep.
You blessed us with an amazing card in Miami. In the future, could we see Power Slap come to Miami as well?
100%. Yeah.
Great.
Sooner than later.
Fuck that guy who asked that question.
Hey, Dana. I have one more question.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. How do you feel about the Miami crowd and energy tonight? Did you feel it met the UFC standard?
Did what?
I said, how do you feel about the Miami crowd and energy tonight?
Incredible. And what was the rest of the question?
Did it meet the UFC standard?
Did it
meet the UFC?
Oh, you shouldn't. It was incredible. And again, I say this every time that I come here now. It's like Miami has turned into this incredible international destination. I didn't love Miami as much as everybody else did 15 years ago, 17 years ago, whatever, when we first came. Now, the city's off the charts. I mean, everywhere you go, it's buzzing. The restaurants are incredible.
Blah, blah. Come on.
The shopping, it's just, this place has really turned into an incredible city over the last several years. And now we're 1, 2, and 3 here all time at the Kaseya Center, and the crowd, the fans, everybody. I mean, this is a place now. When we put on a fight here, we make sure that we build, a badass card, and people come from every
badass card
to spend the weekend here. Yeah.
Thank you.
Can't say it enough.
Hey, Dan,
go ahead, sir.
I'm from Brazil. There's what's the
I
plan
know.
for Brazil?
I need to get a coffee.
Pay-per-views.
Yeah, we've been talking about. We're working on Brazil right now. We will be in Brazil, and we'll figure this thing out.
And how's Fight Pass Brazil going? Because I was a big supporter of it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was awesome to be able to measure our fighters when they fight, how many subscriptions you get and all that stuff. Is it something you guys gonna keep? Is it?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's where we're on TV in Brazil. So yeah, we're gonna keep on doing it.
Come on.
Yes.
Last one.
And thank you.
Any plans for Power Slap in Brazil?
Yeah. Listen. I'm taking Power Slap everywhere, too.
Power Slap's global,
I'm
baby.
sure they'll love it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, Dana over here.
Yep.
So you were mentioning Miami, and like 3 years in a row, it's just been outstanding here. And you've had President Trump here, and even the cabinet here tonight, some of his cabinet. Just what was that like? And just did it make it a little more challenging having him and the cabinet here, because it was a different situation from last year and the year before?
Well, when he first started coming, it made it challenging because we had never done it before. Now it's a piece of cake. We work well together with Secret Service and law enforcement, and it goes pretty smooth. Other than some roads being shut down when people are trying to get here, but other than that, it's been very smooth. They're easy to work with, and he's such a huge fight fan. He loves coming to the fight.
The cabinet.
It's fun. I like when he comes.
Gabbard.
And lastly, for me, just
married?
What has it been like? UFC has just been killing it. WWE is killing it. What's it been like with this TKO group merger with you guys, and just everything's just.
All right, we'll listen to one more journalist.
Thank you, sir.
Ask a question, and then we'll.
Yeah, I agree with you. Everything is good right now, and it's been fun. We've been busy as hell. I've been home like 22 days since Christmas.
Yeah, bro.
But it's been good, really good. Thank you, sir.
Dana. Hello, Dana, right here.
Hi.
I've got only one question.
Yep.
You guys have been bringing the UFC in Paris 3 years in a row.
All right,
every
Paris?
time you came, the crowd
Paris?
was crazy. Maybe as
Out of here. Okay. All right. You heard Dana White. He made a lot of money. He is charging $600 for tickets in the nosebleeds. He has no plans to go anywhere new. Typical Dana White. Typical Dana White. But nonetheless. What else did he say? No plans for Ilya Taporia. Praises Volk. Snubbing Dominic Reyes of a bonus. He knocks Nikita Krylov out in the first round. This guy still can't get a bonus. Man. Couple questions for me coming out of this. Obviously, historically, where do we put Volk now? Still tough to put him over Jose Aldo just for how long he was undefeated. But I think his UFC career is cemented as, best featherweight of all time. In the UFC, specifically. Is Gian Silva a future champion? I say yes. Paddy Pimblett dominating Michael Chandler was not on my bingo card. I thought it would happen later in the fight. Paddy Pimblett worked Michael Chandler over like a summer job in the heat, 110 degrees, working outside, maybe on some pavement. I mean, that was brutal. That was brutal. Did you see Ant Evans' tweet? No. Let me know what it was. Apparently, Paddy got into it with Colby. Is Colby looking to move down to lightweight? Interesting. And then obviously, man. Yeah, I'm not reading that. Poor Patricio Pitbull, man. The bright lights of the UFC got to him. It's like maybe, but damn it, I wanted Patricio to win. If there was one fighter I wanted to win more than anybody on this card, it would have been Patricio. Speaking of some of the things that happened tonight, we did talk already about Volkanovski versus Lopez. Who's next for him? Is it a rematch with Yair? He used to be in the UFC media relations guy. Now as a YouTube consultant, he's a smart guy, but damn, yeah. Who's next for Volkanovski? Man, Movsar Evloev would be the one I would want to see, but I understand that the UFC hates Movsar Evloev because of his fight style. I think that is the least dangerous fight for Volkanovski. To be honest with you guys, I understand Lopez is a very dangerous fighter. Volkanovski, I think, is fighting on borrowed time. And that's not to say that he's not going to win his next couple fights, even. But the guy's fighting on borrowed time. You saw him get clipped by Diego Lopez. Diego Lopez wasn't aggressive enough. And that is due in part to the fakes and feints game that Volkanovski brings. Heard him describe it as scrambling the brains of his opponents. Shit. Do you do Yair rematch? That doesn't sound good. He kind of fucked Yair Rodriguez up last time they fought. Just throw Patricio in there. That's my, fuck it. It's coming off a loss. Who cares? Do you bring Aldo back? Just have him fight him again? No, don't. It's probably gonna be Yair in Guadalajara. But we'll see. See what happens. Lopez. All right, time to chill out for a bit. I'll send you the link if when you're awake. I'll see you in deep. All right, sounds good, Isha. Sounds good. Yeah, man. Shit. Great day of fights. Yes. Diego Lopez. What do you do with Diego Lopez? Give him Gene Silva. No, there's a lot of top featherweights, man. Maybe run that Dan Ige fight back. Who knows? The next fight that we're going to talk about was Michael Chandler versus Paddy Pimblett. Michael Chandler looking pretty washed in this one. He gets absolutely dominated by Paddy Pimblett. Boy. Man, Mike, you can't get a win. The Jefferson County Javelins didn't come through this time. But Paddy, it's time for Paddy to stop fucking around and fighting these old veterans and young up and comers. He needs in my opinion, you give him Bahamundes or somebody like that, right? Somebody on the come up. It is possible Paddy's one away from a title fight. Justin Gaethje maybe is interesting. Dustin, I don't think those guys want to fight him, but I did see that Fiziev versus Bahamundes was booked. That's a sick fight. Moicano? I think Moicano is an interesting fight. I like Bahamundes would be a good one. I think Moicano is probably the fight that needs to be made for Paddy Pimblett. As far as Michael Chandler goes, the fuck is he doing out there, man? I had a 3-2 to Volk. I had 4-1 to Volk. But yes, the important thing is the right guy won. Good to see you, by the way, Matua. Yeah, I just need Paddy to start fighting dudes that are like, same age as him. Y'all watching Deep? We are watching Deep, brother. In 3.5 hours or so on the City Life Project's YouTube channel. Go check that out. We're gonna watch some Deep. We're gonna run through this card real quick, give people a chance to hop in. Let me start dropping the link. Traditional post-fight show style. I don't think anyone's gonna hop in. It is midnight where I am at. Past midnight for most, or about 1 a.m. for most of the country too. Bryce Mitchell versus Gian Silva. You guys told me. Oh, did I skip? I did skip over. Yair. Yair Rodriguez beats the shit out of Patricio Pitbull. Patricio Pitbull doesn't do shit. Really doesn't do shit. And listen, this is the first sign of an aging fighter, and this goes for Michael Chandler too. Gun shy. No volume. Unwilling to engage. Michael Chandler looked really safe, and so did Patricio Pitbull. Why not just run it back, right? Fuck it. Run it back. Patricio versus Mike. Rematch. I can't believe Yair Rodriguez has lost. He is super skilled. Yeah. Has lost? Yeah, Yair, I mean, I just don't like his punches, but to be fair, he did drop Patricio with a punch. Yair dressed like he got the good Coke at the press conference. Yair is dressed like a 1970s salsa singer that also has a great. There you go. Look, to me, beating Patricio Pitbull in the fashion that you did is very significant. Does it warrant a title fight? Here's a man who's coming off of 2 straight losses? Or is it 1 loss to Chihiro Suzuki? I don't think that warrants a title shot, man. But who else is there? I guess we got to look at the rankings. Featherweights. UFC. And we can kind of, maybe tomorrow we'll kind of matchmake for everybody a little more. But this is definitely important because what to do with Yair Rodriguez? He is currently ranked number 5. I mean, gosh. This fucking division. You do him and Arnold Allen. They probably won't do that. Yeah, Mozart's got to fucking fight somebody. Can he fight some fucking person in this fucking weight class? Maybe you give Yair Larone, and then that's a title. No, they won't do that, dude. It's gonna be Volk versus Yair, right? Maybe Lopez fights Movzar rematch ish, something of the sort. Where's Larone Murphy gonna fight? Dude, it's gonna be. I mean, just looking at the rankings here, like they're gonna give Yair the title shot. Damn it. That's all right. That's all right. It's been enough time has passed between their last fight, and this one now, or the one that's coming up. I theorize. Gian Silva. Everybody was telling me that Silva is gonna get washed in the grappling. Charles Jourdain took him down, so Bryce Mitchell is gonna, take him down, win the fight easy. And I tried to tell you guys, Gian Silva's the future champion of this division, and you guys didn't listen to me. I told you Gian Silva would knock out Bryce Mitchell in the first round, and who had Gian Silva submitting Bryce Mitchell with a ninja choke in the second round? I mean, what? Bryce Mitchell couldn't get a takedown to save his life in this fight. 14 attempts. I guess he did get one. A minute and a half of control, which I think was mostly like. Did he ever take him down? I can't remember. Anyway, who cares? I tried to tell you guys, Gian Silva is that dude, and you didn't listen to me. That's okay. He almost broke his neck. Yeah, did you see how much he was like cranking on the neck? That was gnarly. And then he taps. Gian Silva holds on to it a little longer. Referee then stops it. It wasn't egregious or anything. I'm not saying that he intentionally held on to the choke or anything. Bryce Mitchell goes out cold. Bryce Mitchell gets knocked out viciously, one of the most vicious knockouts I've ever seen in my life against Josh Emmett. Comes back and gets a layup in Kron Gracie. Literally no danger in that fight for him. And then he gets choked out cold by Gian Silva, bro. Man, what a bad past 12 months or so, or maybe more it's been for Bryce Mitchell. Gosh. I can't catch a break, but that's due to his own accord. But on the other side, Gian Silva's that dude. I tried to tell you guys. You don't listen. Maybe someday, maybe someday we have that relationship where you take my advice, or you don't, because I did pick Michael Chandler to beat Paddy Pimblett like a retard. That's okay. You get one right, you get them wrong sometimes. But no, seriously, Gian Silva. Holy shit, this guy. I guess he answered the questions about his takedown defense. Charles Jourdain is a much better striker than Bryce Mitchell, so I think the takedowns came a little easier because they were striking. Gian Silva kind of knew that all Bryce could really do was take him down, and it showed in the fight. I mean, the stats don't really show that because Bryce Mitchell actually did do well in the striking. I'm not going to act like he didn't. But he just got his ass beat by Silva. Choked him out. Fucking awesome, dude. Future champion. Nikita Krylov fights Dominic Reyes and gets absolutely destroyed in a round. Let me drop this link one more time in case anybody wants to hop on, talk about some fights before I take a nap, before deep. Good to see Nick in the chat. Gian, Brazilian, Volk Silva. Don't forget it. Yeah, man, Dominic Reyes, is he back in form? Is this the second coming of Dominic Reyes in the light heavyweight division? Is he the future champ? Does he get a fight with Carlos Ulberg, number one contender? Fucking A, man. I'm so happy for Dominic Reyes. Nikita Krylov runs straight into a left hand from Dominic Reyes. Gets slept and then hits the back of his head on the canvas, dude. Gotta be so happy for Dom Reyes, right? Guy can't cut a promo to save his life, but he hits you with that left hand and you're out. You're done. Game over. Happy for him, but I am mad that they snubbed him on the bonus. Sean Woodson versus Dan Ige. Sean Woodson doing this thing in the first round. Who the fuck is texting me? Oh, cool. Sean Woodson does this thing in the first round, stays on the outside, lands a jab, lands a leg kicks. Eventually, though, Dan Ige catches him with that left hand, and he wobbles. He's on chicken legs. He goes down. Few ground and pound shots from Ige. He stands up, and the referee calls it. Who got the bonus? It was Pimblett, Silva, and Volk and Diego. That was it. Yeah, very early stoppage for the referee, but you can't get hit that clean, man. You can't let a power puncher like Dan Ige land that beautiful left hook that he's patented. I think it's actually copyrighted. You can't let him hit you with that, man, or you're done. You're fucked. And that was proven true in this fight. Sean Woodson will get a pass from the UFC and get another fight for sure. But that stops his long win streak, man. And I'm happy for Dan Ige getting the dub because I did pick Woodson to beat him. We had Yan Xiaonan versus Werner Jandiroba. Werner Jandiroba absolutely dominated Yan Xiaonan, man. 10 minutes of control time. Jeez. A couple sub attempts. Werner Jandiroba is next up for Whaley, undoubtedly. Jim Miller versus Chase Hooper was a very boring grappling match. Jim Miller doesn't lose a lot of stock from this. He didn't take a lot of damage. He just got, smoked on the ground by Chase Hooper. Looked good in the striking early. Tried to get some guillotines locked up. But ultimately, Chase Hooper's grappling is what gets it done. The striking of Chase Hooper seemed to regress from his fight with Vyacheslav Borshov and really his fight with Clay Guida. He wasn't landing anything heavy on Jim Miller. Maybe that's just Jim Miller's, absolute unit frame that he is. Just resisting all of the power of young Chase Hooper. But yeah, man, I don't know. I'm not so sure again on Chase Hooper. Need some more time to develop. Thought he was a real prospect. I still think that that's possible, but Jim Miller is. I don't know if he's a hard guy to look good against. Is that fair? I think he's that litmus test, though. Like if you don't look really good against him, you're not really ready for the top of the division. And I don't think that Chase Hooper really looked all that great. Darren Elkins fights Julian Erosa. These guys were throwing the slowest strikes I've ever seen in a featherweight match. Doesn't matter, though. Up kick lands for Julian Erosa pretty early in the round. Darren Elkins never recovers. Looks like absolute shit. And he gets knocked out in the first round by Julian Erosa. Sad day if you're a Darren Elkins, the Damage fan. But Darren Elkins, man, it's time to hang him up, bro. Let's just be done with this. It's fucking, it was sad. I thought I watched a murder. I felt I needed to take a shower after that fight. That's why I took so long of a break after that one. Darren Elkins needs to retire. Like 6 months ago. This is sad, man. I thought I saw a hit piece early this morning when I awoke and saw Hank the Tank had made a whole really stupid video that somebody tricked him into making and wrote the whole script for him. No, the real hit piece was on Darren Elkins. Elkins looked like he was from Kentucky, the Kentucky State Fair. That's hilarious. Yeah, man, he was flopping all around the place. It was sad, but good win for Julian Erosa. Michael Oleksiejczuk bounces back, gets a knockout over Sequidrius Dumas, or as I like to call him, Boot Gang. Dumas only landed 3 strikes in the fight. He does drop Dumas. He lands some strikes that definitely weren't hurting him at all, and most of them were not even getting through the guard, but the referee stops it. I thought it was a fair stoppage. The referee told him to move. Sumiderji and Mitraposo. Mitraposo kept shooting for the takedown. 19 takedown attempts. He got 6, but he lands 13 strikes in the whole entire fight. More takedown attempts than strikes thrown. Sumiderji keeps it on the outside, fight safe. Heard he had an injury, but good to see Sumiderji get a bounce back win. He's a fun fighter. Marco Tulio had the most complete performance of anyone on the card. 127 significant strikes to 17 on Tresean Gore, but god damn it, Tresean Gore rocked Tulio at times. But Tulio beat the absolute dog shit out of him. Hit him with everything. Seemed like he couldn't miss. Poor Tresean Gore, man. Is it true you manipulated No Chill to manipulate Hank to make the hit piece? No, it is not true at all. And No Chill admits all that on his stream. Go watch that stream. It's a fantastic stream. It is good to see you not in the AM, bro. And then Nora Cornwall gets a submission over Haley Cowan. Okay, guys. I have the link in the channel. If anyone wants to join, we've been going on for 44 minutes. We listened to Dana White. Yep. Guys, we have a Tapology League. We need to check who won. Buster count. Can we get a Buster count in the chat? Buster count 1. We need to check really quick before we piece up out of here. Who won the Tapology League today? My Tapology League. I have a Tapology League. That's right. You heard it here first. I've been yapping about it since the pre-fight show. It was Kiwi. Let's go. Let me share the screen real quick. And go watch No Chill's video. He admits all that. It's really funny. Yeah, it was Kiwi. He beat me 5:15 for me. 13 or sorry, geez. 5:30 for Kiwi. Kiwi is our first winner of the Tapology League. Congratulations to him. Let me drop this in the chat. You picked 9 of the fights correctly. That's right here. It's in our description. If you click on our channel, it's right in there. I'll drop it in the comments of this video as well. But yeah, join the Tapology League. Let's get in there. Person with the most wins at the end of the year gets $100, and it's Kiwi is the first one to get it done. So let's go. We only have 11 people in there now. Looking for some more members. Spice things up. You could donate to the pot if you feel so inclined. There is donations scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Thank you everyone who joined my fight companion. Slow going here on the channel as of right now, but that's okay. We still got like 200 views on that fight companion, man. Not bad for a guy that just started his channel last week. Shit. I'm watching Deep here in about 3 hours with Isha over on the City Life Project. Go check that out, please. Live chat. Maybe we'll do another recap stream, kind of talk about some things. Yeah, you did win, Kiwi. Congratulations, man. You beat me. Even if I win the Tap League, I'm still going to give second place, the dub. We will count ties, and we'll kind of add that up somehow. But yeah, I think what we'll do for I don't know. Dude, it's fucking midnight for me. I gotta get 3 hours of rest for this deep stream. But yeah, congratulations, Kiwi. Much appreciate you. And dude, think about this. I was talking to this guy, Euphoric Notes. Good homie. Maybe you've heard of him. Nice guy. Never met him. Me and you've been watching fights together for like 3 years now. And maybe more. Isn't that wild? Just wind it up. Pay me. I will pay you at the end of the year, sir. You need to just relax. Slow down, Buster. Can we get a Buster count in the chat, please? Please. Buster count 2. Perfect. Okay. Nobody's joined. I put the link in the stream. Every time after the fights, we'll do a post show. You guys can hop on. We can yap all you want. But not tonight, because I guess I gotta get the fuck out of here. Because yeah, whatever. I streamed for like 10 hours today. Maybe more because I was on No Chill stream for 2 hours. Tell me Tulio got the bonus. I didn't, man. It was Paddy, Silva, and Volk and Lopez were fight of the night. Man. Guys, we're building this back up. Left my old channel, starting a new one. I'm a lone gunslinger now. Just kidding. I have a lot of support from you guys. Appreciate you guys, man. I'm just happy that anyone listens to me spew about MMA. Yeah, wow, right? Yeah, and they snubbed Dominic Reyes. Join the Tapology League if you feel so inclined, Lane. Guys, I gotta get the fuck out of here, man. What am I doing? It's midnight. I gotta go. Thank you guys. Really appreciate you guys. How do I join your group? The link is right there in the chat, brother. Skates is just shoe. Never been shy. What? Drop a link. It's up in the chat. Okay, now it's right in front of you. Sorry, I'm a little frustrated. It's very late. Need to get some sleep before deep. It'll be a long night. Live chat. We need some more contestants for MMA Nerd. Let me know if you're interested. What else? Not sure. Give me some ideas for new shows, guys. MMA Nerd is fun, but it's hard to do every week. Live chats are very fun. All right. I'm out. See ya.
What the hell? Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that up, B.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Hey, I just want to address this really quick. On the AM, bro says, excited for your stream with Hank tomorrow. That is not happening. I gave the channel to Hank. It's his channel now. He can do whatever he wants with it. Don't care. I just hope he changes the name because that's like a name I came up with. So I'd rather him just change it to Hank's Fagathon or something. I gave him the channel. I will never be streaming with him ever again. Is what it is. So plus he's ruined his reputation in the MMA community enough, digging himself a hole. So yes, you'll never see me on stream with that guy again. I am excited for the stream with Hank also. Yeah, it's not happening. So you can just put that all aside. Anyway, later. We'll get